Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be doing an overview slash review of the Rayne Baby Killswitch, and hopefully to cover all the details and specs of the board itself, so hopefully I get that over. But anyways, the Rayne Baby Killswitch is 35.5 inches long, has 9.5-inch width, and a 29-inch wheelbase. Now the only difference between the drop-through version and the top-mount version is 1. The mounting options obviously. 2. The length of the board on the top mount is 35.5 inches, whereas the drop-through version is 35.25 inches. Now remember, I'm talking about the Baby Killswitch, okay? So 35.25 for drop-through and 35.5 inches for a top mount in length. Another difference that a lot of people don't know is that the concave on the drop-through and the top mount are different. The concave on the top mount version is non-symmetrical, whereas the drop-through version, the concave, is symmetrical. That means that the aggressiveness of the W is equal on both sides on drop-through. But I'll get more in depth with the concave later. Now getting to the graphic, let's get the non-important stuff out of the way. So what Rayne did was they decided to introduce a new graphic for the Killswitch lineup, and all I have to say is that it's awesome. Now, you know, some people like it, some people don't like it, but hey, I mean, I think Rayne did a good job on the graphic. And I'm not going to say it's better than the old Totem graphic, because, you know, that graphic was pretty good too. But you know what, I mean, the graphics is great regardless what people say. But anyways, graphics don't make the board perform, it's the rider, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. And just to give you a little background information, what Rayne does for the graphics, for those who don't know, is that the way they apply it is that they tattoo it into the actual board, so it's more a part of it. And the good thing about that is that the graphic doesn't come off as easy. So if I was to scratch the board like, you know, over and over again, or you know, there's a rock that scratched it, the graphic won't come off as easy because it's actually part of the board itself. Unlike if you had a different board that where the graphics applied on as another layer, it'll probably scratch off as easily and you'll see the wood. But with Rayne, if you had like a scratch, then the graphic won't come off as easily. So that's one good thing about it, about the graphic applying of the board. But anyways, moving on to the build of the board. The board is made out of pre-tension fiberglass and vertical laminated bamboo. And because it's made out of those two things, the board is relatively light. Now it's not like super light where I could like lift with one finger, but compared to other boards, or most boards actually on the market, which are made out of usually maple, birch, or a combination of both, or even fiberglass, this board is pretty light compared to them. And it's pretty thin compared to other boards. So Rayne really did a good job on the build itself. As you can see right here, the different layers is really thin, like I said before, and they have a pretty nice lacquer they put on top of it, which is water repellent. So that's pretty good if you're going through a puddle or anything like that. Now to get into the more important part, let's get to the most famous part of this board, is its concave. And Rayne, they call this their pleasure dome concave, or W concave is what they call it. And this is the concave designed by, you know, Kevin Reimer, you know him. And the concave on this board, like I said, is non-symmetrical for the top mount version. Now to give you a better idea of what I'm talking about, as you can see right here, there's a picture of the board that I took the day I got it while it's ungripped. And as you can see, on one side of the board, the W concave is a little more aggressive than the other side. And one good thing about that is that since the concave is more aggressive on one side, that's usually where your back foot would be. And if you want to do heel side checks, speed checks down the hill, then you know, that would really make you feel more confident that you know your foot won't slip off and you actually do the heel side checks while having your back foot still on the board. So you'll never have to worry about your back foot coming off, as long as you have that really aggressive concave in the back, and if you have some vicious gator, thumb cutter, or any other gnarly stuff I can't name at the moment, or whatever other crazy stuff people use. Now in terms of discipline, I honestly think that the top mount version is a great all-around board. You can slide on it, you could downhill on it, and honestly you could just do anything. You could do long distance pushing if you want, but What I suggest is if you're more into like the long distance pushing type person, then I'll get a drop through version because it's lower to the ground, easier to push, and it's lower to the ground, which is quite obvious since it's drop through. Now if you want to get more downhill oriented and more traction, then I recommend you get the Topmount version, because with the Topmount version, your weight is more over the trucks, thus you have more traction on the wheels. More weight on the wheels means more traction. Whereas if you have drop through version, your weight is pulling the truck under. Now, one better way to visualize that is this look. So let's say this is the truck right here. On Topmount version, your weight, which is my right hand, which is your left side of the screen, will be on top of the board. So my weight will be on top of the trucks, thus putting more pressure on the wheels, thus more traction. Whereas if my weight was being pulled under the trucks, it's not as much traction over the wheels. Thus you have more slippage of the wheels, and meaning more sliding around. So if you're more a slidey, free-ridey kind of guy, then I suggest you get the drop-through version. Or if you're a more downhill type person who wants grip over slip, then you get the Topmount version. But bottom line is, it's all about preference. Longboarding is all about preference. There's nothing wrong with having this setup, that setup, whatever is most comfortable with you. But in terms of common knowledge, usually the Topmount version would be better for down the hill, and drop through would be better for sliding around and stuff like that. But like I said, it's all preference. And a lot of people ask, does this board flex at all? No, it does not. This board is speed stiff, so you could downhill on this and it won't flex crazy like a Flex 1 Dervish, which I've had before. So this is rock solid. It's not going to flex at all, and it's not going to flex at all under your weight. And I weigh 118 pounds, but I'm pretty sure this board won't flex even under heavier weight than me. And one nice thing about the Baby Killswitch is that it can help accommodate people that have a small foot size like me. And you know what they say about small feet? Small shoes. And since this board is 9.5 inches wide, my 8.5 foot size will be able to accommodate a lot better. So if you're a shorter guy, or you're an Asian like me who has short feet, then you could get this board. Because when I had my Voodoo D2, which is 10.25 inches wide, my foot literally, I had to shift it from side to side to do a heel side to a toe side. Plus I had some pretty sketchy grip on it. So if you have small feet, you're a small rider, or you just want an awesome, smaller size longboard, then the Rayne Killswitch is for you. Now in terms of setup, I am running caliber 44 degree angle trucks with Abec 11 Classic Freerides, Biltins bearings, and Venom 85A barrel bushings, both road and board side. Now if you have any questions about about the board itself, or setups that might be good for the board, then you can always leave me a comment at the bottom of this video, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So hope you enjoy that review, and go out and skate.